the raw, the uncut, the never before heard story of Jamie the Cleaner. Welcome everyone to Nick at Night. How we doing, Jamie?
Hey, doing good. You ain't got an intro or nothing, man. I was at least expecting some music to play.
Listen, it's Super Bowl Sunday. All right, we were gonna do a countdown. We were gonna do a couple things. We ended here with the raw truth. I want to ask you the most important question. What is it like to be Jamie the Cleaner?
It is, it's all right, I guess. I'm here. Right now, it's been sick McGee is
Tell
what
me
it
about
is.
this flu.
So,
Oh my gosh, you're so worn down.
so the MT flu. So we go to SEMA, right? Get the SEMA flu. And then we go to MT, and we get the MT flu. So
I got COVID at SEMA, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, for sure. So did you get, like the flu shots this last year or anything like that?
I did not.
You did not. So I think I'm definitely gonna start getting the flu shots. But I think like next year's Thor booth, you best believe you come to that Thor booth, there's gonna be a hand sanitizer station somewhere around that mug or something.
And
Because
some vitamin C pouches, like the little emergency.
I overdosed on vitamin C anyway. Like I did for SEMA, I did for MTE, but vitamin C doesn't stop a virus, right? So it's like, what do you do to stop something that's stronger than that's gonna get you anyway? So
Chris M says Nick's for the anti-vax info. I did not say anything about vaccines.
we're already
I did
off to the
say
races.
on Nick at Night tonight, we're giving away a free polisher, so I want folks to stick around for that. Jamie, can you tell them what polisher we're giving away? Because we so appreciate their time on this national holiday.
Yeah, we got this
Super Bowl
Super Bowl. Yeah, we're going head to head with the Super Bowl.
I got you to come on Nick at Night for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. Someone's like, "It's Super Bowl Sunday," and I'm like, "Oh no."
We're gonna get into it. Hey, tell me about this polisher.
I got you right here, bro. Okay. Hey, I got you. Detail Co. Look, we got these polishers. We're getting out of here, all right? Because when we started this bad boy up, we didn't have any polisher companies lined up or nothing like that. So we just pumped out these, pretty basic polishers. Covered a 15 millimeter 21, very basic, good starter polishers.
Okay.
And they're real good. So what we did was we took NSK bearing, which is top notch, very smooth, very reliable bearings. If you research that a little bit, you'll understand their quality. We doubled the grease and we added a 29-foot cord. So we really decked out these kind of basic polishers, but these things are awesome. So we'll give away one of them, and you can either choose 15 millimeter or 21, your choice, and we'll get you all hooked up for your polishing needs. But we're going to get them out here. Once they're gone, they're gone. So kind of limited edition right now. We were going to keep them around and do like a color or, how Jordans do come back, and maybe it's instead of Swirl Destroyer, it's Swirl Annihilator next time, and they're like pink and gray or something. We were going to change it up every new drop, but now we got, you come over here, look, we got like Flex.
Jamie, all you're doing is deflecting from the podcast, which is all about you. You do not like talking about you.
Nick, we got these heavy
talking about
polishers. I do not like talking. It's the worst thing in the world.
I know.
Look here, we got these heavy
talk about you. So the polishers are great.
Yeah. But anyway, we're getting rid of them. We're bringing in some legit polishing brands like Flex, which is already there. We're going to expand upon them actually, and we may have another one coming up in the future. 15% off my deep red. I don't know you know what I'm saying.
Do you have a discount code for your own brand? JV10? Jamie's gone, by the way. So happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. We hope Jamie the Cleaner joins us again on the podcast about him and about his life. But we will be giving away a polisher.
My bad.
This evening.
All right, I'm back.
All right, so I'm going to get right to the hard questions because Chingy Blingy's in here. To Jamie, do you still use any P&S products? If so,
I got all
which
of them.
Ones? What are your favorites?
Crystal Wash, real slapper. Old school product, still hits.
Still hits. I want to know more about you. First of all, what's your middle name?
Ray.
Okay. Jamie Ray Pardee.
That's it.
Where does Ray come from?
Comes from my dad. He was Stanley Ray Dortlow.
Okay. So where were you born, Jamie?
Oh, no. I think my headphones are dying. What?
What? You cannot run from the podcast about you. I want to know where you were born.
Born? I think it was Natchitoches, Louisiana, which is like 30 minutes from Campty, Louisiana. So I was raised in Campty, Louisiana, off into the swamp that is Black Lake, which is the swamp of Campty, Louisiana.
And how far is that from where you are right now?
Campty is about 20 minutes from here. This is Coshada. So we moved from Campty to Coshada about 10 years ago now, probably 2015 or so. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been about 10 full years now. Wow. So a little bit bigger town. About I think the population here is around 1,600.
So small town.
Small town, but bigger than Campty.
Tell me what it is like to grow up in Louisiana if I've never been there before. Like, how has that informed your view of the world?
So let me tell you this. When I graduated high school, I'll never forget this. I didn't make a Facebook account till after I graduated, so I was like 19. So I made a Facebook account, entered the world of the wide web. Never had a MySpace, nothing like that. And
What year did you graduate? I'm just trying to picture high school when you.
2008.
Okay,
So
same as me.
2009.
Okay.
Yeah. So took what I do. I made a Facebook account, got on there, and this I don't know if this was this was early days. I didn't know what was fake, what was not fake. Clicking on you get hacked on Facebook, click the wrong things. But I saw this thing pop up, and it was like top 10 poorest cities in America or something like that. And I remember clicking on it, and Campty was like number 7 or 8. So I don't know if it was real or fake, but it was at that moment I was like, I was born in not the great town. You're born in a town like that, you're not supposed to make it. Pretty much.
Is that what it
You're
feels like growing up, or is that what you realize later on?
yeah. You're
You realize it early, right?
yeah. You're off to the workforce pretty much, whether it's driving trucks or welding, which I did for half my life, stuff like that.
So in high school, what were your aspirations? Like, what were your plans? What
Weld.
did you want to do? What's that?
Weld. I didn't not have much plans or aspirations, nothing like that. Just wanted I knew trades was going to be my calling, so started doing welding classes
Right out of high school or during high school?
during high school. Yeah.
All right, so you're already you've chosen kind of your path in some ways for the immediate future.
Yeah, pretty much. Just go work, find a good job, go work. That's the plan, Nick.
What about James Payne? We got to talk about James Payne.
Oh,
Were you
that's down
aspiring?
the road.
Okay, so you weren't aspiring to wrestle in high school professionally?
So first, I learned stick welding. This is a welding question. So MIG, TIG, or stick. So I learned stick welding first. Pass the test and that kind of deal. But then I never got a job as a stick welder, nothing like that. Never learned TIG. TIG is a more advanced type of. That's where the money is, Nick. If you're gonna weld, go do TIG welding. Don't be stupid.
I have no idea what you're talking about right
So
now.
MIG welding is the easy kind of wire welding. Has like the gun, shoots out the wire.
Yeah.
That's what I did for most of my career. I would just go and get a job at a little tractor shop. Did MIG welding on tractor equipment, shanks, tractors, that kind of deal.
Is the work rewarding? Is the money good? Like, you did that for a while?
Yeah, I did it for a while. Mine was a local job, so the money is going out and about. And I did do shutdowns, turnarounds for the first year after high school.
What does that mean?
So that is where a plant shuts down, a team comes in for a month or so, and you work, like 30 days straight. And you just like take out gaskets and you change, every nut and bolt in the whole plant, and you get it turned around. It's a shutdown. You shut the factory down, you come in,
Yeah.
team comes in, rebuilds it, basically gets it all top notch again. So I did that for like the first year, then came back, actually went to trade school after that.
Okay.
And then I got my job just in the little tractor shop here in Coshada.
And you were doing that for a while. How long?
Solid decade for sure.
A
My
decade?
20s. Yeah,
So
my 20s.
Are you a pretty loyal guy then, you'd say?
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Where do you think that
Yeah.
comes from?
Just I'm not a creature of change, or wasn't for a long time. You know what I mean?
So
Get your job, stick with it, that kind of deal. Eventually, though, stuff gets old.
Well, you haven't yet become James Payne or the Swamp Creature Grandambassador or El Gringo, so you're still working.
El Gringo.
Where does detailing Umberto, man, love it. Where does detailing find you along this journey? Because I do want to talk about you not being a creature of change and the House of Rags, and I got some good juicy questions for that part of the journey. But I do want to kind of catch up to speed on your story. So how does detailing? Where's the bridge to detailing in this?
It is so about. I just go by age. So much better halftime show here. Thanks, David, tuning in. Is it halftime
is
already?
It the halftime?
By
oh
the
my
way,
gosh,
we're going head to
we're
head.
not looking at the Super Bowl on our phones, Walter.
Totally,
Jamie's not an overly preoccupied guest this evening on his own YouTube channel, by the way.
I was like 25, so I'd say about 5 years into full-time welding, I was like, I ran into this wrestler in the parking lot, and he was passing out, flyers, whatever they're called. And he's like, "Come train to be a professional wrestler. Big Daddy Yum Yum's school of hard knocks," or whatever it said. And I'm like, I'm in.
Was it wrestling, or was it like a dissatisfaction with your current life or job?
No, it's I'm 25. If I'm gonna do something different, let's change it up. Let's do it now. Let's just go for something. And I was doing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing before that, but that was just for fun. So this was let's see if we can do it. So did that for about a year. Hurt my knee at the end of that year, and then I was like, well, there goes my weekend gig. So I like soap and washing cars. So then I started detailing. That's what rolls me into the detailing career.
How long from then until you become Jamie the Cleaner on the internet of internet influencer fame before House of Rags?
Probably a year after that. Probably just doing it on the weekend every now and then, that kind of deal. And then it's like, I don't remember where it really started it. I just remember having like a bottle of Rain-X waterless wash, I think it was. And I'm like, I can make a video about this, and like went and shot it on the hood and wiped it in and sprayed some water on it. And that was my first video, and then off to the races. I think it comes from the entertainment side, training and wrestling, that kind of deal. Wanted to continue something creative, in the brain. You want to keep that going. So YouTube's a great outlet for that kind of deal.
Do you like to perform?
No, not really. It's just something about the creative twitch.
Because wrestling is a very public performative process, right? Like that's very much like an actor.
Yeah.
And you're on camera now, so I just wondered if you had like a history where you were in the play in 4th grade or something one time.
Nope.
So you being in the limelight, is that something your high school classmates would have seen coming, or would it surprise them?
No one would tell you they expected me. I'm a total ghost until YouTube, I'd say.
So you were, before the House of Rags, you were Jamie the Cleaner. What platform did you blow up on? Was it TikTok? Is that where you saw the most growth, or was YouTube? Like, where would you say brands started noticing you from?
It's funny when you start making videos, like a brand will reach out pretty fast. It doesn't matter, like, especially in the detailing space, and especially, I'd say, however many years ago that was, I don't even know, 5-6 years ago. But like, they'd start reaching out pretty fast. If you just reviewed a couple things, they'd be like, "Hey, you want to try our soap? You want to try this?" That kind of deal. So first it was like some Alibaba brands. Like I remember this headlight restoration kit reached out, and it was like one of those 2 wipe systems. You wipe on, it like takes the oxidation off, then you wipe on like the clear coat thing, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But that was like the first one to reach out. And then after that, it's like Super Clean. Super Clean went on a mission. Went on a mission like 5 years ago. When you get
reached out to by Super Clean, you feel like the most important person in the world. Like, you'll send me a few free products? Like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
you get
that's
the big box.
Sweet. Yeah. And they send you, the nice little kit. They send you a nice little package. So they did it right. They did it right like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know if they still do it or not, but at first, Super Clean was definitely the first one that was going to reach out to you.
Did you like Super Clean back in the day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I cleaned my grill with it, cleaned the engine bays.
I was cleaning Teslas.
Clean them
Was
tires.
super clean. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, man. I was going wild with it. Pre-treating
That's
paint
funny.
and wheels. Like,
Yeah, I
I didn't
remember
know
there
what
was
I
an
was doing.
era where everyone was mixing it in the foam cannon. I stained definitely a lot of vehicles doing that.
Well,
Because
complete
it's hot,
turnaround
direct
detailing and
sunlight.
paint enhancement says it's a secret weapon. So maybe it's still
Ooh. It's
relevant.
still viable, huh?
So look, you're making a name for yourself. At what point did you get kind of
Now it's
known by
steaming.
the rag company? Like, how did that all come about? Because I know there was a time when you were like announcing their big event.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2019, they started their Grand Ambassador program. So you sign up, you get accepted or denied. I don't know what the process is, but then you get in. And they had 4 quarters back then. It was like 40 people a year. So the first quarter I got denied. I signed up for the very first quarter, and then I didn't get in the first quarter, but I got in the second quarter.
Okay.
And I was definitely I think I was probably the worst one in my class, quality of content wise, but I was real consistent with it. So I think that got me recognized a little bit, but definitely didn't come anywhere close to winning that year. Lost to Zaya, who is now 48 Detailing
Oh, okay. I
in
remember.
Arizona. Yeah.
He was like
He's awesome.
Carnuba
Carnuba
detailing.
Detailing. Yep.
Hey, this could be good news for us, by the way. Eagles up 24-0 at halftime. So, this guy says F Super Bowl. All my homies watch
Chiefs
naked
getting
Jamie the
smoked.
Cleaner. And then David says Eagles have to try hard not to lose. So hopefully we get people coming in to hear the raw, uncut story of Jamie the Cleaner. And of course, if you're watching us live, a chance to win a free polisher thanks to House of Rags. And of course,
Your
JTC
choice,
himself.
15 or 21.
Yeah. So what would you say you're good at when it comes to content creation? Because like I have the relationship with Ivan where I have strengths, he has strengths. I know how to make him shine and I know how to like even in post make him look better and both of us. But like I can enhance what he brings. He can, help me in a lot of ways. Like not everyone has to be perfect at everything. And I want to talk about you and Eddie and House of Rags, but just as a content creator, what do you think your strengths are?
Obviously, I'm known for shorts, so I guess shorts. Promo, pretty good promo. I can.
Jamie 10? What do you mean?
Jamie 10. No, cut a promo. I can talk
cut
about
a
anything.
promo. Yeah.
You know what cutting a promo is.
I
Know
don't
how
know
to cut a
what cutting
promo,
promo is.
Nick. If it's you got a sale going on, you can turn that camera on. Cut a promo, 30 seconds or so, get it out, get it done, get it posted. That kind of deal. I'd say that's my strengths.
What do you think makes a good short? Like, I want to go to short university.
I have no
here.
idea.
How are your skills on shorts? Like, can you describe in words like what you think you've learned about them? If someone out there has not started their channel and they're wondering about shorts, because shorts change your life. Like short videos.
Yeah, exploded on TikTok. So in 2020, there was a big explosion on TikTok with detailers. Like, I don't know what it was. They just got popular. That was the deal. They loved it. Foam cannon was the first kind of viral videos, and then it followed, processes and product reviews, and it was just all popping on TikTok in about 2020, 2021 years on TikTok. So at that point, it was like, how do I find my gimmick? On TikTok at that point, you gotta have a gimmick.
Okay.
So, and that became the foam cannon flip. So you flip the foam cannon, you catch people's attention, you keep their attention with the foam, and then everyone was on lockdown. Yeah, that was a good point too. But
yeah,
they were looking for content to take their mind off things, I guess. But
by the way, you like this Bear Force foam cannon? Have you tried it yet, Jamie?
Oh yeah, I've tried the Bear Force foam cannon.
I'm just wondering. All right,
real slapper.
Hey, we're live, so we can kind of weave in people's comments. All right, so you're telling your story. It's around 2020, 2021. You're flipping foam cannons.
Flipping, going viral, as they say. I didn't quite get to 100,000, but I think it's around 70, 80,000. I deleted my TikTok because, I got banned a couple weeks ago. So
you deleted it?
Yeah, I deleted that mug. I thought it was gone. I was like, all right, we're done.
Do you regret that?
Nah, that's one less app. Gives me a good excuse not to use it no more.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, to see random ads with the foam cannon flip. So that was funny. That actually started when me and shout out to Swanky. We had a foam off or something. I don't remember what we called it, but he called me out on like TikTok and something about foam. I think I started calling myself Mayor of Foam Town, and he was like, "Nah, I'm the Mayor of Foam Town." And then
Okay.
we had a little feud, and he was actually the first one to flip the foam cannon, but he didn't do it like as I don't know what you call it, but as as big. It was just a small, short video flipped foam cannon. I was like, did he just flip the foam cannon? Like, what is that? I was like, I'm gonna do that every video going forward. You know what I mean?
So he pioneered it.
He pioneered it. Yep.
In your battle.
Yep. In our battle. Yeah, he won the battle, I think, but I won the war because I just kept flipping after that.
Isn't that amazing to think like some conflict or competition, a little bit of friction in a fun way, but kind of led to like it brought something out that became legendary.
Yep. Found my gimmick.
I love it.
Flip the foam cannon. That's right.
I don't know why I smiled so broadly. I was like, yeah, that became a legendary video move.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It lives on to this day. Appreciate this VB detailing. Carpet cleaning chemicals. There aren't that many new things, but yeah, that was. And I don't even want to say gimmick. It's just trying to help education that was desperately like lacking in the industry about how to do certain things with chemistry.
That's where I think people get it wrong. A gimmick is not a bad thing. A gimmick is your positive thing that you're giving to your audience. People view that word in a bad way.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. It's what you're good at.
It is a good thing. Maybe primal branding is a way to think of it, right? Where it's like people expect that same thing from you all the time. Like Starnaglass, where he does the little like toe flip, like the toe jump. Delgado Detailing says, "What's your favorite carpet cleaning combo?" Nothing in my mind. If you have a good extractor, beats BioBreak with Citrusolve as your pre-spray, in my opinion, and then Flex Ice as your extractor rinse. Now, if you don't have an extractor, a good end cap cleaner is an excellent choice. Or I like Interior Clean and Protect. Even on fabric, it works really good. But I'll always tell you if it's like a deep, nasty, oily, questionable stained seats or cloth or carpet, BioBreak, I don't know what's in that stuff. And I've done videos with the chemist. I still have no idea what he's talking about. It just works. And I'm only as good as my chemical sometimes when it comes to deeply soiled interior carpets or cloth. So that's where I will steer away from DIY sometimes and just point you there if you're looking for like heavy detailing results. But I'm excited to know what else is out there, right? I haven't tried it all. BioBreak.
Going back to the PNS thing, you always said you had a bad experience with their carpet system. What happened? I want to know.
I'm not letting you flip this on me, bro. This is the Jamie
I
the
want to
Cleaner
know.
podcast.
We start talking about carpet. I've always had success with the PNS carpet system.
You know what? At this point,
happened in
I've
your
had enough
situation.
conversations with Ivan where I realized like I was making mistakes in the day, and I was like getting lots of money from customers to pay me as the expert, and I had no idea what I was doing. So this is probably a case of I mistreated this carpet. It was a maintenance client. Like I'd used 3M Scotch Guard on the carpet in the past, like trying to protect it. So there had been lots of like chemicals laid on this carpet before I initially used the
That's a
system.
big problem. That's a big problem because I have a video on my channel where someone tried to clean like a horrendous stain, but who knows what they used to try and clean it, right? So once you introduce a chemical onto the stain and you're unsuccessful about removing the stain, that makes it that much harder to remove the stain.
100%. No, 100%. Celtic Interior Shine asks, what about DIY fabric cleaners? So we have Interior Clean and Protect, which I really like on cloth seats. There's a lot of times where I can just spray on, agitate in, wipe down with a microfiber towel, and it's great. But when you're just trying to like deliver at the highest level and you've got a nasty soiled cloth seat, sometimes you need just this enzyme multi-janitorial successful pre-spray mixed hot water, fresh powder, like those times, Jamie, where just a spray and agitation is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. Jamie B. bobbing and weaving. All right. So let's talk about like why did you start House of Rags with Eddie?
Oh, we just jumped over a decade, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna try to come back to me. I want to get the juice.
So there comes a time where you've done it all right. Like Eddie asked me like a year before, and he at that point he's like, I'm working on pads and I'm working on a compound, and I'm like, okay. What are you telling me? So I'm like, I'm gonna just keep doing this thing, and you do that thing. But then he comes back to me later, and has a bigger opportunity, and I'm like, okay, well, if we've kind of done it all, there's a point where you've done it all. You know what I mean? Or at least you feel like you've done it all. So at this point, I'm like, it's time to take the leap, go to the next step, try and do something really no one's ever done before.
Because you're in your garage still. You haven't decided to get some big shop. You've never been mobile. Nope. Like, you felt like, in terms of detailing out of my garage and making YouTube videos, like, this is
shop
kind of...
wouldn't work in my general location.
Okay.
Just wouldn't work.
So you kind of have tried it all. You're doing it. You're realizing kind of what the ceiling is, and you're like, it's time to try something different.
Yeah. Yep.
How did you feel about this? How risky did it feel? Like, what held you back from it? No
risk.
Really?
Nothing held me back. Now I was just, at one point he's like, I got pads and I'm working on a compound or something. I don't know what he was working on, but he's like, I got pads. That's all I really remember. And I'm like, okay. I think it was just mostly like he wanted to start his own brand at first.
Yeah.
And like, do we need another? Just start a new brand, that kind of deal. So, and then it progressed into, well, what if we do like distribution and bring in these brands that we've had on podcasts, we've talked about, we do good reviews. We're like, this stuff's crazy, and like he would review stuff that he can't even get in America. So then that made sense. That's game changing.
Well, because you like trying new products, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what your whole channel was about. And this comment here from Chris M, promoting everyone else's products for free and watching them make money would probably make me want to start something too. I mean, you were making a little money with the Jamie 10 credits, right? Like,
very little, yeah, very little.
But did you wonder, like, were you looking for a big brand to hire you? I always wondered, like, what's Jamie's end game? That's what I always wondered.
I've literally, at some point on IG one day, literally have gotten bored and be like, can I like elevate this person's Instagram, and like would just make videos for brands, weeks or months at a time, just to like test that, and it would absolutely work. I could grow a page, just being me and doing, whatever with their chemicals and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I can do that on a whim for anyone else, why should I not want to do that for myself?
A proven track record in auto detailing content creation of like delivering results is what you brought to the table.
Yeah.
And I don't think your or Eddie's success is an accident. So I love the fact that this is live, and I can see people's questions coming in, because Pristine Auto Lab says, how did Jamie and Eddie meet?
Yep. So I remember he reviewed Absolute, and he had a very unique opinion on it. And I was like, well, that's real different. So that piqued my interest. So I actually reached out to him and started scheduling him for the podcast. And then his wife got cancer, and I was talking with him through that time, and we were starting to become friends. And then we had the first episode, the pink episode, and it was just all from that.
Did you feel like there was like
very unique review?
Chemistry?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, because basically us having two different opinions on something brought us together.
What were the two different opinions?
Like I said, he reviewed PNS Absolute, and I'm like, what don't you like about it? Like, it's slick, it cleans. And then he's like, I take my microfiber and it doesn't clean the microfiber. One dunk, bro, it clean it, it doesn't do it. He has his own black book of, notes and lists and
bro is next
opinions.
Level with it.
He's next level with it. So I'm like, well, if you use the sponge, it's real good. It might not be a microfiber, pair up well with a microfiber, that kind of deal. But two opposite opinions is what brought us together, and that's what keeps us going.
So, I first of all, I'm going to defend my own brand.
That's right. Okay, Cupid.
We got CS, hate on all clean, get detail close sword to be done. So, you know what? We're in the house of rags. We're in your house. I'm sure sword's amazing. I haven't tried it. But Matt asked, does all clean work on interior fabrics? It totally does. We recommend it at 30-1. Try it, but I always try interior clean and protect first, and then all clean. But we're in the house of rags, so why don't we do sword? Tell me about sword, Jamie the Cleaner.
Sword I made I try and make products do as many things as possible.
Okay.
So Sword is kind of my attempt to make the ultimate interior cleaner while being cost effective, dilutable, and you can use it for whatever surface you need to use it on the interior. So full strength, I say use it. So it's kind of a hot product at full strength. It's pH 12, and most people would wince at that as an interior cleaner, but it's actually a very safe pH 12. It's made with stuff to be used onto interiors and stuff. You know, pH can be weird. pH 12,
is never the whole story.
pH
You want to make it the whole story. It's not.
That's why I never even just bring out pH when talking about Sword, because I'm like, it's so complicated.
It really is.
People will turn off as soon as they hear that pH value, so I don't bring it up. But recommend full strength for carpets, upholstery. It's able to extract that kind of deal. Stains and stuff doesn't matter to stain. It has the properties.
So it works well as a carpet pre-spray.
Yes. It's lower foaming solution. So you don't want a lot of foam, piling up in your extractor kind of deal. So you can team it up with extractor, team it up with a steamer, that kind of deal. And as it dries, that's exactly. Don't let Andreas hear. That's exactly why I don't mention pH. But I do recommend 10-1 for leathers cleaning. It's on the website. Go check the directions. It neutralizes at 10-1.
It seems like it's too much work to use this product.
Whatever, Nick. Look, this ain't DIY detail. Detail Co is for the prosumer. All right. As it dries, it neutralizes itself in carpets and upholstery, and it actually leaves behind a pretty hefty layer of kind of protective properties to resist future staining and wicking. And then at 5-1, it gets to around like a pH 9, so it makes a really great, just all around interior cleaner. And 10-1, it neutralizes, can be used on everything: leather, carpets, upholstery, and even glass.
I gotta try Sword, man. Send me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a very complicated product.
You said you were a good marketer, man. Come on now. That was a long-winded. No, I look forward to diving into this world of Sword. It sounds like you have a lot of fans.
We're not DIY detail. We're not.
I got a question for you.
This ain't for everybody.
Victor Morales says, "Is Mr. Twister still your favorite towel, Jamie?"
Now, honestly, it's this Diva glass towel. This was literally a creation of mine. Like even
you're like the towel guy between you and Eddie. Like, yeah, Eddie's the product master, and you are like the towel whisperer. I feel
Eddie just buys the most expensive towels and thinks they're the greatest things in the world.
What's up with you and towels?
I don't know. I like microfiber. I was deep into the microfiber Grand Ambassador game for 5 years straight there. So I learned a thing or two, Nick. And
yeah.
Now I get to make my own
towels, but like, tell me about your unique love of towels. Like, you love selling towels, talking about towels. Like, what is it about them?
I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. But look at this. Does this not get you excited? Look at this.
Tell me about it. I want to hear you tell me about it.
Dude, 16 by 16. Look at this. 16 by 16. Twist loop.
You like that size? 16 by 16?
A twist loop towel. Well, if it's for glass, so yeah, nothing beats here. Suede border, and then no one's ever used this weave. I don't think it's like a fancy yarn weave.
On the other side.
There. Yeah, on the other side, Nick. Same towel, Nick. But you flip it over, and it's got the fancy weave. So, and what the fancy weave did was tighten up this towel in a way that gives it a stiffness. Everyone loves some good stiffness, right? So, you know how glass towels bunch up on you, but this mug doesn't. It's bunch free. Look, you can't bunch this up to save your life. It's a nice rigidity to it. So, It's an awesome towel.
I love Nick's favorite glass towel. It looks sort of like yours, but now I want to try yours as well.
Yeah.
And then what's your favorite glass cleaner to pair with it?
Our Mr. Twister is your favorite glass towel. You know what I mean? Twist loop, 16 by 16, suede border. What'd you say?
That's Mr. Twister?
Yeah. Nick's favorite. That's the same.
Yeah, but I was going to ask, what's your glass cleaner of choice?
Oh, rinseless for, normal, rinseless or water. And then we made Detail Co glass cleaner, which I don't have beside me for some reason. It's a heavier duty glass cleaner. So that's the only real glass cleaner that I actually use. I gave up on glass cleaners a long time ago. Like, as soon as I discovered rinseless, it's like, just use that on everything.
Yeah, but sometimes if you're fighting streaks or for some reason you're getting into some mystery, I like just saying, okay, I'm going to use the glass cleaner or the panel prep just as my final. But yeah, I love rinseless for cleaning glass as well. I'm going to get to a few more House of Rags questions, but I think Chingy brings up a great question. When no one's around, phone is off, you're not recording anything, you're detailing a video just for the love of it. What style of wash are you doing, Jamie?
Oh, we're doing We're doing big foam. Big foam.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm definitely not doing rinseless. I'm definitely foaming. I'm getting me a nice wash mitt. Taking
Are
my
you a foam?
time.
No one's watching. Are you a foam rinse foam guy, or do you just foam it and chuck the mitt on there and
These
just
days, I
drive it all in?
definitely no.
Because you
These
got
days,
kids, bro. I'm just saying real life.
no. I'm not driving it in, Nick. I don't know
Okay,
what
I
don't know.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
know
what
what you're
jalopy
doing
maybe in
over
the
there.
yard you do that on. You don't care about.
Jalopy.
I know you got fancy cars, but maybe some.
I ain't
old...
got no fancy cars. I got Telluride and a 2010 broke down GMC. All right.
That's what I'm saying. On the GMC, do you ever do that?
It does happen on the G. Look, I'll take.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, it's the real world. No one's looking.
And I'll go spray that mud down and I'll just rub it in.
Yeah, just get it in there.
The
Give
GMC does
character.
catch some not good stuff, but the good vehicle, the Telluride, I do like a good foam. These days, definitely high pH pre-wash, whatever you're using, Primus, even if it's maybe some Incredible Suds. I need to start busting out the Incredible Suds again. I had a good time.
Incredible Suds is fun. You did have a great time.
I had a great time with Incredible Suds for a good period.
When it first came out, it was like,
yeah, that was good soap.
Dang, this is a great Suds. I still think it's great. We're always working to innovate, and stay tuned for that in the future. I don't know much about Serrano sauce, but Franco says all clean can be used Serrano sauce style. You heard it here first. What is Serrano sauce? I know it's famous. He uses like Dawn and all, super clean.
Yeah, super clean. 10 drops of Dawn. He swears it reconditions the surface. I don't know how 2 degreasers can recondition a surface, but he says it works. So I'm gonna let Carlos do Carlos.
Love Carlos. All right, Sword is better than Express. Would you say so?
Express, I'm gonna be honest, Express is a masterpiece. Is one of the masterpiece chemicals in our industry. Like Dave, that is his masterpiece.
Because it just works, right? It's cheap and it works.
That's what changed interior cleaning. Express.
Someone asked before we started our companies what our favorite products were. And
of course
one of mine was Polestar from Koch Chemie that I used in my shop and everything. And people would say, have you tried Express? And I had never really tried Express until like years later. I still prefer Polestar, but I've tried
Polestar,
Express. I like it.
Is the dilutable, and it has like a recondition. It does have like a reconditioning property to it. Best Alcantara cleaner by far. I will say, compare Sword to it. If you're out there, you're still using Polestar, try Sword 10-1. See how it works.
Sword with a BioBomb Mini. Tell me about that.
Oh, so
tell me about that, Jamie. Come on now. We're competing against Kendrick Lamar live in the Super Bowl. We got 67 souls.
We're
giving us that.
Go watch Kendrick.
Tell me about this.
I don't think I know one Kendrick Lamar song. Do you know a Kendrick Lamar song?
Dude, I loved K-Dot early on. Section 80. If any hip hop fans out there know, I was on the Kendrick Lamar train early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like a huge fan. I saw him in Denver in 2012.
You're missing it. Let's just pop it up and watch it. Let's just Anyway, Sword and BioBomb Minis are the next revolutionary product that's going to change the game in auto detailing. I think it's starting to catch on, but to me, that's the next game changer. BioBomb Minis. You take Sword. Sword already has odor neutralizing properties, but you throw a BioBomb Mini in it. What the BioBomb Mini does is
Sword's your interior cleaner. What dilution would you use it, and how would you put the Mini in? Would you dilute everything
I'd use it 10-1.
Okay, so you've got a 10-1 bottle dilution in a bottle. Then you put the BioBomb Mini in that bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's going to dissolve. It's going to probably change the color a little bit. It does that. But it boosts cleaning and a lot of odor neutralization. It'll kill pretty much any odor. Like,
really?
Yeah, so we used it at Eddie's house on a disaster detail. Had like, who knows what, throw up, something dead in the carpet. Carpet was like different colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Had a rat's nest, pulled out the cabin filter, had rats, stuff fell out with the air filter. And about time we were done cleaning with the Mini, we steam cleaned everything. And we didn't use Sword, but we used a different product, Typhon. It's kind of similar to Sword, but it doesn't have the UV protection and all that stuff in it. And it was completely neutralized. Like, it smelled good after just cleaning.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to do. And then you nuke it with the big BioBomb, and then that bad boy's ready to go. You
were at McKee's 37 in Florida during MTE week. 12 towels come out, and he's like, Nick, try this, try that. So this is in reference to your insane towel obsession?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I have
Hey,
no
tell
idea what
me
he's talking
tell
about.
me about Nick Rudder and McKees. What was that
Nick
like?
Rudder. I love
What's
that
Nick
guy.
like?
Nick's the best. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. I love Nick Rudder. Can't wait to see these episodes. So
is he a good host?
He's a great host.
He seems like he'd be a great host.
He's you know, you can watch his YouTube videos and you're kind of like, he's a little boring.
He's calm,
but
he's
very
calm.
Like,
he's serene. Like he loves God. He's a great businessman. Yep. Like he's a great family man. Like he just seems like a very well put together, serious, calm man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but I feel like there's got to be a sense of humor and personality behind the man.
There he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there in person, he definitely, he picks it up. He's a funny guy. He's very down to earth. I don't know how to describe him. He's a very interesting man.
He seems like an interesting cat for sure. And I
love Nick Rudder.
You guys had a good time.
We had a real good time. Yeah.
McKees 37 rinseless V2 dilution ratio in Florida. Need to try it. Do you know anything about this from David Graham?
V2 rinseless dilution. Oh, Nick's dilutions are hilarious. He just glugs rinseless. He don't give a damn.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's a Nick thing.
Oh, dude, Nick's love the glug.
So, okay, this is why I asked you this earlier, because parents know what it is, man. Even retailers, we don't have time to clean our own cars sometimes. But Steve Pearson, I do the same thing. The kid hauler gets beat up at our place. Sometimes there's the car that like you could take it to the scratch pass, or you could just kind of like quick and dirty it, just get it a little cleaner. Anyway, it is what it is. Tell me something about House of Rags. What blowback did you get from starting your own brand, Jamie?
The way we did it, we came out of the gates pretty 0 to 100. So it's almost gonna, like I tell Eddie, like we're still in it. So I tell him 6 months to a year from now, it's gonna take for people to like finally kind of accept us almost into the industry, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like you're. I mean, are you guys selling product? Are you guys doing well? Like, how's business going?
Yeah, it's going great.
So it's going great, but I think the perception might be from the outside that y'all are still the newbies. That maybe they're desperate. Maybe they're. There's like all this drama that started with House of Rags.
You can think all that,
but is what you're saying is like we're doing well. We just keep doing what we're doing. 6 to 12 months later, we're not going to be the new company anymore, and there's going to be some dust settled.
Yeah, so starting out, it seems like I don't know, abrasive. I guess I don't know, but
what
to kind
of
just come out of nowhere and have these big goals and ambitions that we're setting right from the jump, and we're trying to bring in companies that people didn't want to bring to the States and that kind of deal, and companies you've probably never heard of, but are some of the best brands in the world. There's established brands that have been here. That, have kind of, territory thing. It's a territory thing. They're like, what are you doing? So it's going to take some time. I think people are still calming down, that kind of deal. But I think we'll get there. We'll eventually be just another piece of the industry that helps everybody.
It seems like you've made a lot of friends over the years. And then, I've tried to get guests on that are loyal to another company and won't come on because it's a House of Rags podcast. Nick at Night is a House of Rags podcast, and there are people, I'll be totally honest with you, because of their allegiance to the rag company, they've told me they're not going to come on my podcast. So there's a lot there. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, like I said, it's going to happen. We came out of the gate so fast and abrupt. It's like, what are they doing? What are they thinking? Who are they coming after or something? I don't know. He was this for so long and now he's whatever. And it's like, eventually that's all going to level back out. And I think the future is very bright for not only us, but the whole industry as a whole. And I think it's after our first year, I think there's going to be some cool stuff on the horizon.
I just thought about it. It's like what seems like a mountain right now. If you get high enough into space, just seems like a flat earth, right? So it's like this feels very big right now, but as we get further on in time with distance, this will just be like the beginning, right? And it's felt very vivid as you started, because you got Pan on, you used to be a quasi face for Rag Company, and then you started your own thing with Rag in the name. People know this; they're talking about it, and there was a lot of drama, I guess you could say, as you began?
People want drama. People want there to be drama. So if there's smoke, there has got to be fire. Push the narrative, and it is what it is.
You just seem like a good dude. Like I don't see you trying to go screw anyone over or bring ill will. I think you're just trying to do good for you and your family, right?
I didn't have contracts. I didn't have a paycheck coming from anywhere. I'm a guy who wanted to make my own dang towels. So I'm going to make my own dang towels. You know what I mean? And that's all. That's the end of the whole story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I also want to bring in the best brands in the world. And that's what we're doing.
And that's your vision. I love it. All right. Tell me this. X6M Ghost, which I appreciate your comments always, asks Jamie, besides someone in your family, who is someone you look up to?
That's a good question. Someone I look up to, my mom and dad, hard workers, don't take no crap, say what's on their mind, and just work. So I'd say my parents.
Do you have siblings?
I have 2 older sisters. I guess was half sisters, and they're good bit older than me.
Yeah.
And that's so I grew up basically only child, but I do have a couple older sisters.
Okay. How do you think that influenced you, having been almost an only child?
I don't know. See, this is when Nick starts asking weird stuff,
right.
and I'm like,
it's okay. You got
man.
the flu brain. I would drill down some other time, but apparently the new K-Dot is disappointing. So maybe we didn't miss much of the halftime show. EC Details says Kendrick is fire. I think I'm behind.
Of course,
on
he has
comments.
the opposite of.
Wait, what am I missing?
Well, someone said it flopped, and then he comes in. It's fire, of course.
I mean, Kendrick as an artist is fire. I couldn't figure out what was going on the halftime show.
Of course, he'd have the opposite review of that.
Kendrick just buried BBL Drizzy. I wish I knew what was happening right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Because we definitely missed the. Wait. Oh, you met Nick today. I'm like, you didn't meet me today. Oh, Nick Rudder. Okay,
Nick
excellent,
Rudder.
Excellent.
Nick Rudder down there, and
he seems down to earth. I think we're
Stewart, Florida.
Dude, Nick Rudder would rock the flip phone, but in a non-ironic way.
No.
Oh no, he actually has one?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so he does.
He rocks the flip phone, dude. Like,
y'all figured out shipping. That was a big hurdle early, wasn't it, for the company?
I had no idea what a triple ply box was until we started getting roasted on the internet. You know what I mean? We figured it out, though.
Do you think Thor pushed TRC to look at some additional brands?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think so for sure.
Wow. ECD
and not only them though. 14... Not only them though. You know what I'm saying? Like some brands have started popping up everywhere.
You got the industry like realizing, they're gonna bring in the good stuff. If we don't start upping our game, like they might bring in some flavors that the U.S. market really loves.
Which is not bad. More goodness to bring. That's the whole point. Is we make the big wave, all the boats rise.
14,000 orders. That is so wild. Congrats to you guys, man. That is amazing. And Adamo's Garage says, awesome, Eddie. Thank you guys for pushing the envelope. All right. I wanted to ask you, look, I had my own family and was running a detail business on the side and then had my full-time thing, and I was gone a lot, and it was very hard. And I've noticed you put a lot of dedication because you're very early into the brand. I look at guys like Jason Rose, and maybe his family's older from Rupes, but like traveling all the time is not good for anyone's family life. So how has traveling impacted home life? You have 2 little ones at home?
Yes. So we were talking.
Yeah.
I brought home 2 sicknesses from our 2 big events. That's not fun.
And then you got the whole family sick.
Got the whole family sick. So that's never fun. And that's not good. So like I said, next SEMA or something, we're going to have to put some I'm probably going to stop shaking people's hands or something like handshakes and hugs. I have to wait for a different time or something. Cause I don't know how this sickness thing, I don't know what to do, but we got to curve it somehow.
Trade shows are wild. So
they're rough.
Is the absence hard too for your wife? Like, or does she see the vision? Does she see the vision though that you're?
Yeah, she sees the vision, but it's still tough. You know what I mean? Being gone with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old is not, it's not fun.
And then when you're home, and I know this is like, you're always on your phone because your job is social media
Yep.
for your brand. So it's really hard to be present, and that's one thing. Like presence and love is something you can't really take back. Like you either gave it to them in that moment or you didn't, and so it's a dance and a balance, man. But shout out to you. I know you're so passionate and you work so hard for your company. I don't know anything about your family life, but I'm sure you show up for them too. So it's probably hard.
We're making it
to balance it.
Right? Right now when everyone's been sick for a week, or I was sick for beginning half the week, and then everybody started getting sick, Tuesday, Wednesday or so, and this stuff is relentless. It's a little depressing right now, but
well, hey,
once we start healing back up, we'll get there.
I know you're not fully there, but hey, Pristine Auto Lab says it feels like you guys are killing it. I wouldn't be concerned about what your competitors say. Exactly. That'll always be inevitable. So yes. You got a whole army of people who are rooting for you, Jamie. I guess was it nerve-wracking?
And by the way, even on the opposite side of the haters, you notice they're getting a good bump too, because if you talk about us, the views go up. You know what I'm saying? So it helps everybody.
That is true. What are you burned out and jaded on, and what are you still excited about in the industry?
Burned out, jaded on, excited.
You don't have to be burned out or jaded at all. But if you had to pick something from what I just said, what do you feel you want to answer?
Excited is like I've been saying, making a wave so big it raises everybody. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see what in a year we look like.
What do you think growth looks like? Do you have a number of products or brands that you want to cap out at, or
I think we're almost done with brands. I think we're very quickly trying to just fill it out. Because we want to have an international brand base to fit kind of a more international market. That way, if we launch in South Korea, we have South Korea's popular stuff. If we launch in Australia, we have Australia's popular, heavy hitter. And so everyone can almost pick a home team in our store once we establish the Thor International kind of network, as I call it. And I think we're almost there. But it'll probably never stop, because there's always good stuff out there that you've never. As soon as you think you found it all, someone else is going to say, "Did you try this?" Or
there's always going to be more products.
Eddie gets a bottle in the mail and he goes, "This slaps. You got to try this. It's just one dunk. Everybody knows the rules." And then we're off to the races.
Stay wet. Frankie says, "Keep coming out with bangers. I'll keep buying." Matt says, "Eddie and Jamie elevating the detailing industry." David Graham says, "Jamie, what were your thoughts on the new DIY Detail cordless polishers the first time you tried them?"
First, I thought, is this duct tape or what is it?
Did you think they were ugly the first time you saw them?
Oh, hideous. They look like he built them in his garage, which he did. So that's impressive. It's you're like, what is this? And then, he explains he hand built these things. And I've seen Ivan work. He ain't lying. He came to Eddie's house, and we broke a polisher in half at Eddie's house. It happens, and he took that whole thing apart. He can tell you how the wiring is. I watched him literally rebuild it, go to the Harbor Freight, get some, plastic or whatever. And we stitch it all back together. And now that polisher is brand new. But his knowledge of polishers is pretty impressive.
It is comprehensive. It's wild. So you thought it looked a certain way, then you try it. Then how did it feel in your hands?
They're impressive. There's no doubt about it. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to it, with the balance and the weight of them. And it's this is interesting.
I'm excited. I think it's not about are they going to sell well. I think they're going to sell well, but it's because they got in the hands of folks at SEMA and people have been trying them. And once you actually put your hands on them and use them, you really love them. So I'm not is they're going to sell well. I think they're going to be received well. I think people are going to really enjoy using them, and I'm excited to see where the future goes with cordless.
Which is another reason why we're getting rid of these detail co-polishers. Now DIY is going to have 2 sets of polishers. It's we can't compete with that.
So we're giving away Detail Co. Polisher in this podcast of Nick at Night.
Let's do it now. 53 minutes. Let's
53
roll.
minutes. What are we going to do for a giveaway? We need to make a good. I'm just trying to find good questions from the audience, because if you feel like there's a question you want to know about Jamie where he has to actually open up and share about his life, please leave it in the comments. Oh yeah, Matt says there's a corner of Instagram that has an immense amount of hate for Ivan and those
Oh
polishers.
yeah.
Pretty sad, actually. I think I'm gonna get a guest on soon who maybe
Always.
represents that faction, and I'm really excited
Ooh.
to have that discussion. We'll just keep it
That'd be pretty good.
under wraps for now on the Nick at Night future podcast guest list is one that I think would be real good. What was I saying? It. Oh yeah, a giveaway.
No idea.
Give me a. I'm trying to read these comments because I know that doing it live gives a lot of folks a chance to. All right, Jamie or Eddie, what dream brands would you like to bring to the house? Not now, in there if you could.
Dream brands. They're already there. All the ones on the website. I mean, what's more? Garage therapy is going to be a big one. It's a big one I've been looking at in the UK for a long time.
Have you tried their stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. And you know your partner in crime, Eddie's been testing brands for 2 years. I done tested it all. I'm not easily distracted. I'm trying to keep tabs with the crowd here as we consider giving away a polisher. What's a good bit of Jamie trivia history? Okay, how about this? Folks are gonna get it. I'm gonna go to the bottom. We didn't really talk about it. So what was to win a detail coat polisher, 15 or 21? First person to write this out with correct spelling. What was Jamie's wrestler name?
There you go. That's a good one.
Go. Come on, baby. Let's go. I'm looking at the comments. I don't see him yet.
See, Chelsea brings up not P&S. Like, they're already an established brand here in the States. You know what I mean? Like, what value did they bring us just bringing on an already established kind of brand? And we did start out with Carpro because we needed at least one established brand.
Are you guys stoked about Carpro? They're a big deal, right?
We're more stoked about Carpro after MTE and, like, talking to, the team.
Well, Corey seems like a stand-up guy.
Corey's great.
Yeah. Okay. Is it James Payne?
Yes.
Or is it James Payne?
Nah, first one. We'll go with first.
All right. Chris M. sent an email to jamie@houseofrags.com for your 15 or 21 millimeter polisher. Were you a heel, James?
Yeah, it's a heel.
You were a heel. Do you like being the heel?
Oh yeah, nothing better. But the heel, what you need to know is the heel always sets himself up to make the other person look better.
Ooh.
In the end.
Yeah.
That's what people miss.
So again, I read this book, which I highly recommend to anyone in detailing. I don't know what it is about us detailers, but we have egos. It's called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday.
Yep.
And one of the quotes in there is from like an iconic coach, probably like John Wooden or something in basketball, but it's play for the team whose name is on the front of the jersey and they'll remember the name on the back. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I've really felt about, my relationship and my business partner, Ivan, is like, if I make him look good, if I give in service of the team, and then thinking about the people watching it at home who are just wanting to like learn how to clean their car in the most fun, efficient, like effective way possible, it's not about me, right? And so if you kind of give to that bigger mission, anyway, I'm rambling here, but does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think, you're
Conway, not a Carpro.
Being a heel means you're making the other guy look good, but it's part of the team and the
yeah.
You know what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
I got what you're saying.
What's going on with the Australian store?
I don't know. They take forever to get stuff there. Like he says, they're literally the slowest country to ship to. And we had a little bit of snafu with bio bombs, just hazardous material. It's really hard to ship their stuff. Everybody wants like refills of their big chlorine tablets so they can just drop a new one in the thing, but they literally can't sell it like that. Like the bio bombs VDK is specifically designed just so it can be sold in a retail package like that. Like it was a project for him to make that happen. And so,
is bio bombs like the biggest surprise in terms of how well they sell?
Not
in
to
your
me.
Store? Or no?
No, not
you
to
knew
me.
They were a hit from the beginning.
Hit from the first time I talked to Christian.
Really?
Is
he an Eagles fan, by the way?
Product, half of it's they're from Philadelphia, so
he's probably having a good time.
Godfrey's all pumped up right now. Look, we tried to make like a Super Bowl watch party happen.
Yeah.
But they're so jacked, they don't have time to
They'll do it on any night. Christmas Eve, you need to come hang out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
when your team's in the
But
Super Bowl, you can't be
Eagles in the
not
Super
watching the
Bowl.
like. This is a once in a lifetime thing, maybe.
But
So
no,
Jamie and
go,
Eddie
going,
versus Nick and Ivan, a full detail
go,
and polish.
no, I ain't doing that. Going back to Bow Bomb. So first time I ever talked to Christian, like the product's great and stuff, and the good logo and stuff. But first time I talked to Christian, I was like, this is a home run brand. Like he's super passionate, super
He's so
knowledgeable.
passionate.
He's the man. So like they're a hit from the jump, and that's also what we try and look into with all our brands is not only is it about the product, but usually there's someone right behind the product who's just as or more impressive than the product itself. Is what makes a great brand great.
Customer service and soul, I think, are so important. Chris M, as a Vikings fan, I'm always free on Super Bowl Sunday here in Minnesota. I feel you, Chris, on that one. It's been a tough life as a Vikings fan. Jamie, you got a team?
No, I don't have a team. I don't watch nothing.
How do you feel that we've given away a polisher? We've told some of your story. What was?
Email me at jamie@thehouseofregs.com, and don't forget to choose 15 or 21, and I'll get that sent for you.
What was the buy-in from your wife in terms of starting this company? Was she nervous about you going into business with people she probably never met?
A little bit, but she was pretty pumped.
She was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still?
She believes in me a pretty good bit, and I don't know why, but yeah. She's definitely a super team player. So we gotta make this work. You know what I'm saying?
What I like, you got no plan B. You're all in.
There ain't no plan B, Nick. Look, there's no L's that we can take. It has to be win, 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 win.
Burn the boats, right? Like you're here. Like
burn the boats.
Yeah.
Full steam ahead. Yep.
I feel the same way. Do you have any other words of wisdom or advice about the journey so far?
Enjoy the ride. Take vitamin C. MT flu is not cool.
What's been like the most difficult, like rock bottom moment since you started detailing? What's up, Joe?
Rock bottom moment.
Yeah, just like something that you went through that was really hard as a business owner, as a person.
Eddie wants to give away a nemesis and a sponge. Rock bottom moment. Probably, I don't know. Anytime you have to questionably make an insurance call for your business, it's like a pretty big shot in the foot. Like, so chip and paint from that kind of deal. Nothing on the internet side. There's no rock bottoms there, but
messing up a paint.
Yeah, some stuff like that. That kind of always sucks. You know what I mean?
What was your biggest? Like, how did you handle it? Is there something we could learn from it? Like, don't do this. Don't do as I did. Do as I said.
Working too fast. Just working too fast. Going too fast around a vehicle. I had something in my hand. I don't even remember what it was. Hit like right by headlight. So kind of a corner, kind of cut corners.
Yeah.
Chipped it. Yeah. So it happens.
So you actually cut a corner.
Actually did it. Yep. That's never fun. Having the call, your client, this happened, that kind of deal. I've never had a bad one though. You know what I mean? And then, never.
How much did it cost you?
Nothing. They were just like, yeah, we'll get it fixed. No big deal.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I've never had like a bad experience. Have you ever had one in your shop?
Handling it with honesty is the only way I can recommend doing it.
Yeah.
And then some customers are going to be like, no big deal. Other customers are going to make your life hell. But like, what do? What's the option? Start lying and then just try to remember what lies you said. And like,
no,
I think full honesty is like, listen, I messed up. Here's what happened. Here's what our options are. We had a really complicated, like with an RX-7, we burned the paint and it's like, it's old paint. It's single stage, those are rare cars. They're very popular now. And like, yeah, I put turtle wax all in one on a microfiber pad or whatever. They're one and done compound.
One and done.
And then I did a video on a Porsche where I was like, it doesn't finish down, but it cuts through 1,000 grit, because it cut really well. And I was playing with it and anyway, lesson
Burn and
learned is
learn, baby. Burn and learn.
don't try products on old single stage paint, like when you don't really understand single stage. That's my lesson.
Pretty good tip.
Yeah. So if you're on single stage paint, just be very,
Single
very
stage
careful.
can get you.
Because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do. But I kind of, it's like, how much do we really know about the paint systems when we say soft paint or hard paint? Like, what's really happening? And, like, that's why I think most detailers, man, it would be so fascinating to learn to paint a car, wouldn't it? Like, to be a painter. Have you ever done that?
Mm.
Yeah, I just think that would probably make me a better detailer if I learned that. We've hit an hour. The Super Bowl is still going on. It looks like it's still a 24-0 game. Oh, Chelsea said something super funny. She said, oh, well, that was that. But she said, I'm never going to SEMA. What did she say? BioBombs needs to come out with a probiotic and Tamiflu
I told him
tablet.
the next show I want a actual life-size BioBomb that just has the fumes coming out the whole time.
That'd be so strong. I'm never going to SEMA or MTE, Chelsea says, because y'all be dying every time you come back, which is a true statement. It's
unless you're Godfrey, who's immune, or Ivan. Ivan doesn't get sick.
Ivan doesn't get sick either. But like, how do you shake that many hands, talk intimately from like 6 inches away to so many people, and not get much sleep and travel and not get sick? It feels like a very difficult combination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who is your favorite wrestler? Stone Cold, The Rock, anyone else?
Stone Cold and The Rock, definitely my number 1 and 2.
Are they really?
By far. Oh yeah, for sure.
Stone Cold was number 1?
Stone Cold's, I gotta go number 1 for sure. For sure. His run was unreal. After that, man, I don't know. Kurt Angle. Love Kurt Angle.
Did you watch the Netflix Vince McMahon series?
No.
That was so good. Oh, it brought me back to like the betrayal in Canada. What was that one where he got?
Oh yeah, the Montreal Screwjob.
The Montreal Screwjob. Like, I learned about all these legendary fights that I was like, behind the scenes. It was so fascinating. Which you knew about already. Last video,
Man. Macho Man's one of my favorites for sure. Anyway, last video I almost had a oopsie. Yeah, it almost was basically on purpose. I was trying to one hand put on the little nozzle, and then point it up and it shot across the driveway. That was pretty funny.
We've all been there, but it's a good idea to like share your mistakes.
I got the rubber guard on that mug though, so if it would have hit the paint, no problem. Might have been a dent, but hey.
Talking about big whoopsies though, I mean, Jake Corey Placina says I've wet sanded through clear coat. That's not good. Honesty always easier from complete turnaround detailing and paint enhancement. And then EC says, Eddie, new Carpro sandpaper is so good. Did you get a chance to try that, Jamie?
This Carpro sandpaper is wild. Silica carbide, and it doesn't clog, so you can just take that towel, you wipe it off, good to go. Keep going.
And you dry sand, right? You don't have to get because Trizac's really great, but it's expensive and it sucks dry, so it works well wet, right?
Yeah, I saw that demo. I was like, Carpro's back, baby. Carpro 2025.
David Graham says how much clear coat's left on next car. So Jamie from J&G Auto Reconditioning in Salt Lake, a good friend of mine. He knows paint. He has a body shop. He has lots of painters. Like, he knows paint. And he looked at it last spring. He's like, kind of looks like it's about to be clear coat failure. Like, you don't have much left here. And it's just like he had the painter's eyes. So I was like, yeah, we've taken her down. So I'll probably like wet sand and buff it, We'll probably 4-step it in the spring just to see.
Yeah.
Test that
just
theory.
To see what happens.
No, every time we polish paint, we are damaging paint. And we have finite clear coat to work with. So we're going to be real. There may be another car announcement on the way. The Subaru Legacy may be in its last legs, but it's been such a great car, so we'll see.
So Sfizzor does have new sandpaper too, but Carpro's is the silica carbide. Sfizzor's kind of traditional sandpaper, and Carpro's the new silica carbide sandpaper, non-clog.
You know what? David's right. The sleep is the problem. At trade shows, people just don't get enough rest.
Yeah, I did stay up every night making those vlogs. I was determined to get out a vlog a day.
Umberto says Steve Pearson and I didn't get sick. And Ivan didn't get sick either. So I think Ivan's key is not going out and partying after is what he said. Works for him. Just saying. All right. There's a bunch of random comments here. They're not random. They're just all over the place. I'm loving it. We're still talking about wrestlers. I only found the Macho Man and Leaping Lanny Fofo were brothers when I grew up.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means. You got anything for me, Jamie, as the co-host of this
not really.
brand of
Macho
yours?
Man dropping elbows. That's all I got, man.
Mike G says I should have turned it sooner. We were worried that we weren't gonna have anyone watch it, but I'd say like 81 people watched on Super Bowl
That's
Sunday.
pretty good. I'm
that
shocked.
Ain't bad, bro. That ain't bad.
shocked.
Sometimes I get about 10 on Nick at Night, so I know it's all guest dependent.
Full watch party, but no one would show up. It's Sunday.
Should we just turn this into the watch party? If you guys are bored with the Super Bowl, we'll keep hanging out, or should we get out of here? Hey, Chelsea wants to know, Jamie, if you could make one product you don't have, what would it be? The dream product.
The one to rule them all. That's a hard question, man. I made the soaps.
While you're thinking about it, wax is coming very soon, as in, like, within the next week. Yeah, the Hour Detail wax, show-winning wax, is coming back. But anyway, go ahead.
Dude, halftime show was a flop. Why didn't they do Lil Wayne? Like, isn't the point of like Super Bowl to bring back like a legend from a decade ago?
Oh, dude,
how
hometown,
you gonna
hometown, New Orleans?
How you not do Lil Wayne? A milli, over.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Oh my goodness! What are we talking about, Nick?
Let's go!
What are we talking about, Nick?
Young Money, Cash Money. Let's go.
No, we'd had 2 views if that would have happened. 2 views.
Halftime show was a flop, apparently.
What a flopper.
Steve has a deep question for you. Have you all used Zvizzor polishes yet? I hear they're non-diminishing.
So we have a video dropping tomorrow, and it's amazing. Do not miss it. It's the master technician, Antonio Lopez. He's from Portugal. He's a Zvizzor master technician. He does this crazy demo with a Zvizzor heavy cut and their heavy cut pad. And it literally looks like he does a pass with it freshly applied, does like 2 passes, then he drops down, does like 4 passes, then he drops down, does like 6 passes. And he wipes it off, and the 2 passes looks like he wet sanded. And this could be, the clear coat he was working on, that little test panel. Under that, it looks like no heavy cut compound, has some haze. And then below that, he finished with it. So one pad went from like crazy cut, and he did like, total like 10, 12 passes one time. So what makes Zvizzor pads great is they never overheat, they never heat up. They're called thermo pads.
Okay.
It's like some German pad technology. And so he did all those passes, was able to finish down, and the pad and the polish was not overworked or hot. It's crazy stuff. I think they're the next brand to really step out of the spotlight this year.
So you're excited for them?
I'm super excited for Zvizzor, yeah.
How do I say it?
Crazy stuff. Look, I'm the worst one to ask this question, but I think it's Zvizzor. That's the best thing I can say. It's Zvizzor. I was saying Pfizer, but that's, like the COVID shot or something. It's Zvizzor.
They had a Super Bowl commercial early on. All right. Yeah, the wax. We're excited, Becca. We're excited. I'm finishing up editing on a video where we go through, this is for DIY Detail, applying the wax on an old Mercedes. And I, of course, apply way too dang much wax, which apparently if you applied waxes and knew that, in the generation of like, I put on waxes, not ceramic sealants or whatever, putting on too much makes the leveling or the wipe off later like very difficult, which I didn't realize, Jamie. And so you get to like have Ivan, saying don't use that much, Nick, and then watching me suffer later, and you get the whole DIY like dog and pony show of Ivan telling me I'm doing it wrong. It's actually really instructive, I think, when that happens, because you're just I'm gonna put some wax on, and less is more, as with all of our products.
As with everything.
Yeah. Who's a faster polisher, you or Eddie?
Definitely Eddie. You can't keep up with that guy. He'd be around the car in no time.
But aren't you like very efficient and hardworking?
I'm pretty fast, but
I was told you're pretty fast.
I'm all right.
Are you still detailing from home, like taking jobs?
Not at the moment. No, I'm way too busy. Yeah, I'll take one if it's like a like someone reached out to me a couple weeks ago. They're like, "Hey, got a wedding Saturday. I know you're real busy. Yeah, I've been posting on my Facebook business page. I just share like the Thor content there so people can keep up and know I am pretty busy. So if one comes through, I definitely try and get them in. But yeah, I can't keep up with both at the moment. But hopefully we'll get back into it, as Thor grows and we catch. We're still a train going up the hill, on the tracks right now. That's not at full speed yet. So as soon as Thor levels out and we're a train moving at a good clip, and a steady clip, then hopefully I can definitely get back to my regularly scheduled detail content.
Because that's what you love, right? Like deep down,
Yeah,
you
like
still love cleaning cars, and that's what
yeah.
I miss. Is like I'm so focused on content creation that I detail cars in Omaha with Ivan. So
Mhm.
I'm really detailing, like I'm detailing real hard, like 40 days a year, and then I'm
Mhm.
editing real hard all the other days. Like
Mhm.
it's a weird mixture of like I'm training with one of the most intelligent, efficient, like well thought out minds in the detailing world or like detailing history. Like I realize like I have more respect for Ivan the more we've succeeded and we've kind of done a lot of things his way, and so I get to learn from him and detail with him, and so it's super valuable time. It's not just
Mhm.
like throwing away, making a bad habit worse. Like it's very efficiently spent time in the garage, but I do miss just having my own thing, detailing cars in my own space. So I'll bet you there's a part of you that misses that too.
Yeah, I get my fix. When we go to Eddie's, he just schedules. We schedule real people,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
we really have real, time frames and that kind of deal. So
You
that's
guys
always
got
fun going
hoodies and
out
hats
there. I
coming
make
out, by the
him.
way.
We have some merch coming. I don't know if it's hoodies and hats, but we're gonna start off with some shirts for sure. Probably a couple weeks. Should be ready to go.
Shout out to Jamie. Thor would not be what it is without his passion and grind. His ideas are wild as F. So are you the ideas guy? Like, what are your strengths?
Nah,
What
it's
are
a
Eddie's
team effort.
strengths? Yeah, but what are your strengths? What are
Ed-
Eddie's strengths?
Eddie's strength is, one dunking and then calling me and saying this brand is wild. They're
One dunk in one panel. He's like, I figured it out.
they're wild. You know. And then he sends me the order list with all the SKUs and says, "Put these on the website." No, it's definitely a team effort coming up with ideas and stuff. We bounce off things 24 hours a day, 365. So, it's definitely a team project.
Brother, we're at 1 hour and 16 minutes. DIY tuber gear. I don't know if we're gonna do gear just for the DIY tubers, but we appreciate you. No, DIY tubers fun. VB detailing says the thing slaps. I appreciate. We have 91 people watching. What should we stop? Like, do we keep it going? What's your favorite movie of all time, Jamie?
Movie.
Give something away, dude. Give something away. What's your favorite movie of all time? Give a gallon of Loki away.
Someone take some guesses. If you favorite movie, huh? Yeah, we'll give away a gallon of Loki. Just guess some. What do you think my favorite movie is, and the funniest one I'll pick.
All right, yeah. Everybody, gallon of Loki. If you can guess Jamie's favorite movie, is it
Definitely
for
not
the
Pride
free
and
gallon?
Prejudice.
Is it 10 Things I Hate About You?
Definitely not that. Step
How
Brothers
High?
is a pretty good guess.
Step Brothers?
Pretty good guess. Step Brothers is pretty good guess.
Top Gun?
Let's see. Nah,
Boondock
not
Saints?
Top Gun. Boondock
Happy
Saints was
Gilmore?
pretty good.
Sex in the City? Dumb and Dumber? Star Wars? Do you have one?
like Star
Avengers
Wars,
Endgame?
Avengers Endgame.
Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and
Let it go.
They were all
Let
right.
it go. Oh wait, that's super bad. There was one that said Frozen. There. Tropic Thunder. Night of the Roxbury.
I'm just a dude pretending to be the dude.
White Chicks. The Rock.
Oh, White Chicks. Let's go with White Chicks. Drago's detail. And I'll send you some low key.
Have you seen the movie?
Huh? What?
Have you seen White Chicks?
Yeah, I've seen White. It was like 20 years ago, but yeah, I've seen. Look, Drago wins.
Drago's
send you.
detailing.
He
Legend.
hates rinseless washing too, so I'm sending him Loki. I think you'll have a better time with a Loki.
Blazing Saddles. Pineapple Express.
Because if all else fails and you don't like it as rinseless wash, you can just use it as a regular soap.
You know what movie I watched with the kids on Groundhog Day?
Steve's honestly, Steve's got the best guess. Ernest Scared Steve. I love Ernest.
Did Steve win the gallon of Loki?
Nah, Steve, you just tell me what gallon you want, and I'll send you something too, brother.
Oh, so we've given away a polisher and 2 gallons of rinseless?
Yeah, something. Steve, I'll let Steve pick. But yeah,
Mac
right,
and
that's
Devin
enough
go to
guesses.
high school?
That's enough. That's enough.
So what we get? I remember that. All right. Never mind. We're on live TV.
No, Drago donated to Steve. He don't even want to try it. It says rinseless wash. It says pour it out. I'm sending you both.
Hey Eddie, remember when you threw away a Rupes polisher on a video? Like
yeah,
that was
thing
such
broke
a
in
moment.
half.
Where is Eddie? Does Eddie want to jump on?
Dude, you get that thing
Do
was
we
not built for Eddie hands. Let's be honest. That
do
thing
we
never
want to
stood a
get Eddie on
chance.
here just for a Super Bowl? Like
That
the game
thing,
ain't going well. Let's just chop it up.
that thing never stood a chance. And dude, Philadelphia is smoking Kansas City. This is the first Super Bowl I paid attention to in like a decade.
The one that you couldn't watch that you were all mopey about. You had to talk about yourself. All right. Tell me about, do you have a, do you have a belief in a higher power, Jamie? Like, what is your spiritual life?
Oh, yeah.
What, like,
Yeah.
did you grow up in a church? Like, you believe in God?
Yeah, I've been like Southern Baptist like my whole life pretty much. Yeah, I grew up, so like right across the street is like a Catholic church. My dad was Catholic. I never liked Catholicism too much, but Baptist, that's the way to go.
What is a Southern Baptist like?
It's real.
Beliefs?
So Southern Baptist, they say, like drink, right? Walk in, sit down, praise the Lord, walk back out, start drinking. That's kind of Southern Baptist style. Just more laid back, that kind of deal. But yeah, I definitely believe in, an afterlife, that kind of good stuff.
I just watched a touchdown in this game. Was that Devonta Smith? Was that
Yeah,
Devonta Smith? Oh, it was Devonta Smith from Jalen Hurts. But okay, I grew up Catholic. So what does a Southern Baptist believe that like a Catholic doesn't? Like what are some of the differences you have from other Christians?
Like, Hail Marys, I don't know, man.
But that's your faith tradition, Southern Baptist.
Baptist is just like believe in Jesus, you're good.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Where is it? Which one? Who does confessions? That's Catholic.
That's Catholics. Right?
Yeah. Like
it. Oh man, ECD. I was like listening to you, and I'm trying to listen to your like answer about your religious and faith, but potlucks.
Baptist equals we eating like every Sunday. That's right.
Shout out to Jesus, man, on this Sunday.
Shout out to Jesus.
Yeah, I do love that about you, Jamie. You're like you keep your answers
simple, stupid. My whole functionality revolves around keep it simple, stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
Chelsea's chiming in. It seems like she knows what you're talking about. Resurrection and salvation by faith, not by works.
Not by works. Yeah, that's
so you just accept Jesus Christ
Chelsea's
as your
so
savior,
smart.
and then you're yeah. Okay.
Completely by faith, not like you got to do stuff, and I don't know.
I felt pretty guilty my whole life growing up Catholic. So, Catholic get to feel guilty about things they didn't do, sure. And then Chelsea, went to Bible school. Jay Corey Plastina says, "Amen." Touched by God. Man, I'm loving learning more about you. Is there anything else you want to add? Like what would you say? How old are you? 34?
34.
What would you say to your 24-year-old self if somehow you could transport through time and space and like talk to him right now?
I'd say the next year is when I sign up for the Big Bet Daddy Yum Yum Camp, and I'd say convince him to not train this other guy who was a total flop and who wound up injuring me. And we wouldn't be talking detailing right now, brother.
Oh, dang. So you still, deep down, wish you could have been a pro wrestler?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Why not, man? A chance to be the legend.
That. Look, we're rolling. We look 24, Nick. We're rolling. That's a good day.
Heck yeah, man. It gets nicer when you get older and people say
it's
you
look
look
good day.
young.
Yes, it is.
For a while, when I looked young, it was holding my career back, but EC Detail says, listen to Eddie a year earlier.
Listen to Eddie a year. No, we would have had a rinky dink brand. We'd have just been out there with some who knows what rinky dink pads. That year I said no led to more connections and really helped us propel us to where we are.
I mean, that's a question that Chelsea likes to ask as well. I sometimes wonder, like in some weird fantastical like part of my mind, if I can talk to my younger self. Like the traumatized kid who like had stuff going on. I'll just like sometimes reflect on like maybe if I'm meditating, like, just trying to tell him like, it's okay. I love you. And then sometimes thinking like there's an older version of me, like patting me on the back and giving me a hug. It's kind of weird stuff. I don't know who's to say that I can't do that, but I have no idea how that would actually happen, but it's just a nice thought maybe just to feel like you got your younger self, someone else has got you. And
yep.
Yeah, that's my random thought of the night for the 80th people watching.
Nick's random thought of the night. Remember it for next week's Q&A portion when Nick gives away something.
Exactly. For next episode of Nick and Night. CS Auto Tech and Detailing says Mahomes worse tonight than Cerakote V1 ceramic coating. I mean, that's a pretty
That took
low
me a
bar.
minute. I was
I would
like,
say.
what are we talking about?
I say low bar only because I never tried it. It just seemed like it was a PR
Nightmare.
It was a PR nightmare. So I guess for the folks who tried it, you're included. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Chelsea
But
says Nick always going.
their
deep in the
V2 does look really good.
what's the car in the background?
It came out swinging.
That would be a Ferrari, sir. We did that with Jason Kilmer. This one I can't move my yeah, but it's a polished Ferrari. With,
when
I
are
think,
y'all
C6.
gonna fix those windows? You know what I'm saying? Like
We kind of like the patina.
You like the dungeon?
The dungeon vibes because it reminds us of like what this automotive shop used to be. So we have like a little homage to the past. And then apparently, are you into Subway? Are you into Subway? You love the Subway.
Look, it's a scarcity problem, people. Look, I got a Subway in a gas station. I got a rundown Burger King. I got a flop of a Pizza Hut. I got a Chinese restaurant that shut down for half the year because they go back to China and then come back. Subway or bust. You know what I'm saying? They make fire cookies. Sometimes the cold cut combo tastes a little funny. It is what it is, you know?
It is what it is. Yeah, Chris M says the DIY studio doubles as a horror movie set.
Yeah.
Dungeon did not cross my mind until you said that, according to Eric Garcia. It has some dungeon vibes, but again, it gives it character. I think character is super important.
Tuna sub is where it's at. You get your protein.
Do you cook at all? Like, what do you have stores in Louisiana where you can buy food? Oh, you can't be yawning on your pot. This is prime time, baby.
I'm ready to go
This
sleep.
is Jenny's
ready for a nap?
pain,
Who's
baby.
ready for a nap out there?
Come
all
on
right.
now.
Look, I took some Dayquil, all right.
Did you know Subway puts the same ingredients?
Yes,
as
Chelsea.
yogurt
We
in
all
it?
know the bread is fake. All right, look, we know the
tastes
bread's
so
fake.
Good though. Yo, the Eagles are down. They're up by 34 points going into the fourth quarter. This is wild.
Yeah, they're getting smoked. This is a blowout. This Super Bowl is a flop.
I played a fantasy football league with my friends just for the playoffs, and you have to kind of pick teams more than players. And a lot of the people in my league didn't really know what that meant, so they picked all the really good players, like the Puka Nacua from the Rams and this elite player from this team that didn't go very far, like a Mike Evans or whatever, a Jaden Daniels from the Commanders. And so, but my whole team is stacked with Eagles and the Eagles defense. So I'm like, I might. That looked like a touchdown. Not a fan of that. All right. I'm done talking about the NFL or
do you watch sports football?
I like some sport, every once in a while.
I like some sport.
Bro, who wants to do a fantasy football league for real in the auto detailing community? Let's get it going. If anyone likes fantasy
Eddie
football.
wants to put together a what's that game called? League of Legends or something. Counter-Strike League.
Wait,
wants to get that going.
Who caught this? Xavier Worthy? Oh, Worthy caught the touchdown. Eddie says they missed the 2-point conversion, so I must be behind.
Chelsea's in for fantasy football.
Mike's in. Okay, Chelsea's in. Love it, love it. They woke up finally. All right, I'm watching the 2-point conversion, but apparently they're not going to make it.
Oh, they did. They got 6 now.
Are there any heartbroken Chiefs fans out there? If so, I feel bad for you. Like, even though you've had success, it sucks.
They
when
won
your team
last year.
loses.
They've won enough. They've had a good run.
Eddie, you play fantasy football, dog? Let's do it.
Bring me in. Oh, he wants to come in, I think.
Oh, bring him in?
Yeah, I think send him an invite.
Invite him in. All right, let's get in here, Eddie.
Counter-Strike. Eddie wants to make a Counter-Strike league or something.
All right, hold on. No, he wants to get into this.
No, I'm just saying, though. That's what I was trying to think of a minute ago.
He wants to get he wants to get into. No, I gotta grow a brand.
Gotta grow a brand. Yeah, if we start playing video, it's a wrap. You don't get nothing done once video games.
I never got into video games. Are they?
You never got into video games, dude. There was one point where me and my wife had a setup. You know what I'm saying? That was before kids, but we would each had. You guys did
video games?
Oh yeah, we were good too.
I just sent Eddie the invite. I don't know if he wants to get in on this chat or if he's just saying what's up. What's the worst detailing product you were recommended to try that like actually got good press out there that you tried and you didn't love?
Worst one, man. I don't know. That's a hard question. You go through the Rolodex and you're like, man, which one was all right? I don't know. Which one for you? Did you have one that
honestly for me, like it was probably like invisible glass. Like I didn't hate it.
You didn't like it?
I just was like, I felt like it had a lot of hype behind it.
Invisible glass.
I realized glass. No, it's not. It's not a hating on stone at all.
I understand it though. I understand it.
Glass is technique dependent, and
Right.
your cleaner matters, but your technique and your towels and how clean the towels are, and what you're doing for those first passes and how you're doing the final passes, like it's very technique dependent. You do need a good cleaner, but
Yeah, that goes back to eventually as a detailer, it just clicks on you like, oh, I'm never buying glass cleaner again. I'll just use rinseless wash or the closest spray sealant near me. Like, I just grab whatever is closest.
I wouldn't even call it any Chemical Guys products good wash detail because it was so early on in my journey that like, yeah, that I look at that as like
the first Chemical Guys product that got me thinking was the Diablo wheel cleaner. But then I was like, they just marketed it wrong. If they marketed this as just a good smelling wheel soap, they also named it Diablo wheel cleaner and made it red, like it was actually going to do something. Like, why'd they do that? It's basically a soap. It's basically another pH neutral soap. With just wheel cleaner slapped on it. So I don't know why, but if they market it differently, as like it's a bucket lubrication soap, which is it's still kind of like why would we need a bucket lubrication soap? But
right. But basically, yeah.
I don't know.
What's your detailing guilty pleasure?
Is even still a product. Detailing guilty pleasure. Right now, I just bow bomb every car. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Really?
I love bow bombs. Yeah. I make that mug, just zero it out.
Scott says my favorite was nonsensical APC from Chemical Guys.
I never tried nonsense.
Yeah. Complete Turnaround Detailing says Diablo is car soap.
It's literally just a soap. Like, how can they even market it as a wheel cleaner?
Beadmaker's a good detail spray, DRK Dragon 525 says, but somehow got goat status for a bit. I love the smell, and it's a nice like shine.
Goat stat. I think it's just very. I don't even know. And it was a good time for a good period.
What?
And that was literally my glass cleaner. Like going from like Beadmaker was just my glass cleaner for like many years.
Really?
All right, I'll be on here. Yeah. Great glass cleaner.
You ready for this? 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Look at this guy.
What?
He's got a white shirt on.
What up, EC?
You look like you're up to no good. You feeling real Baptist? Did you just eat some good food? What's that mean?
Where you at, Jamie? Eddie, where you at? Sorry.
I'm in my kitchen. We're downstairs watching the Super Bowl, and I feel sick.
Oh yeah, you sick.
Did you come back with the MT flu?
Thanks, Ron.
I got AIDS, bro. Check this out.
What you got? Oh, the heat. See, this is why we're getting rid of detail co-polishers. Look, if you're gonna run up to us in the middle of an event, yoink my dude around and say, "You hurt my feelings. I need you to come try this right now." It impresses. Like, you're in.
Is it touched by God?
Is it touched by God?
Eddie, tell me what it was like coming back. Yeah, show me this polisher. Tell me what you learned about Liquid Elements.
At first I called them this is my opinion.
Oh, they know. Like they...
All right. And I was like, it was just trash. And then me and Jamie, I don't know what we were doing. Jamie had me walking around the whole thing. He was like, I think Keith was with us. I don't know if he was with us at that time.
Yeah, Keith. Was he? The first time I just been meeting you, I don't remember.
Oh, details! I got my coffee mug, dog. Drink out of that thing every day. But he was with us. He was like,
nice to get free swag.
I know. I think I bought it. I think it cost me like $25. I got it.
I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna buy a hoodie from them. I'm looking forward to it.
Why are you trolling, dude? I bought my stuff. Not everyone gets the Nick McGurk special.
No, I want to pay for their products. I want to support them.
I bought that in the hoodie. But listen, we're driving and they pull me and they go, "Epic Cologne." I go. At first, I was like, "This is where we get shot, shanked, and dumped." And then all you heard him say was, "You hurt my soul." And then it's literally like 4 times I had to go to his booth. But this is pretty dope, dude.
So what, you came around on it?
Well, yeah, because this is a good machine.
They literally changed everything.
The other one was trash, but that one
we took everything he said, went to the drawing board, and made that monster.
Why did you dump Detail Co-Polishers?
That's the reason why. So when we first got into this, Jamie and I, we didn't reach out to Flex. We didn't reach out to you guys for the polishers. We thought, how cool would it be if we created our own polisher? And then we were like, oh, when these sell out, we'll just do a different colorway, like Dragon Ball Z or something.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Stupid. And then realizing that people actually use polishers to polish paint, not to collect. When we were at SEMA, MTE, we're like, man, if we carry a liquid element,
They actually use them to polish. Yeah.
yeah.
Who knew?
If we carry a liquid element, we got flex.
Look, sometimes you got a bad idea, right, Nick?
Why do we have to invest like 100K on polishers? We don't need to. So,
well, plus we kind of learned that people are definitely more likely to just trust, on the flex, on the name brands. Stick to the companies that do what they do best.
And if you're gonna have your own polisher, it's good to have an Ivan. To be honest with you, like,
and I even told I think me and Jimmy were eating like our third round of the hot honey pizza. And we're like, we're not in the polishing game, or we were driving somewhere. We're like, why are we creating polishers? You got the Ivans out there who's got a beautiful mind, and then this was after reading Liquid Elements. I'm like, they got a whole set that's affordable. So you have your affordable line, you have your flex line, you have DIY's new line. I said we don't really need to be in that. So our give back was like, let's get out of it and let's sell these polishers. They were good because Ivan had his hand in it. You know what I'm saying? We got the idea from him. But we're not going to make our own polishers ever again.
Yeah, they're real good. NSK bearings, 30-foot cord.
It's you love products. Jamie loves towels, and you have a lot of hats you're wearing.
China, Chelsea, China. Where else are we gonna make these things?
Yeah, we got polishers made from China. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
For our cordless polishers, our cord-free polishers. Liquid Elements versus Flex Pixie. Is that even a comparison?
The Pixie surprised me when I got Patrick Swayze at the MTE. You should see Jamie's face. I literally got Patrick Swayze. Some dude put his hand over mine, like we were making clay pots together.
Ghost?
That was great. I thought I recorded the whole thing.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, he's sick. He had a delayed flu reaction. Luckily, I've been fighting it for a week, so I'm on the better end of it. He's in the middle of it.
I think Flex makes a dope machine. I mean, I was a ShineMate guy for a long time. I still love ShineMate, but I didn't like the battery system. For me, would die. So if I kept the batteries on top of the charger and I go get it like 4 days later, they'll die. My Flex never does that. So I switched over to Flex cordless. And before that, Nick, before that, I used to only be a Flex guy. I had every single Flex that came out.
Yeah. Dude, Chelsea's big on the probiotics.
Send the link, Chelsea. My goodness, I don't know what to take.
But anyway, so we're talking about polishers. Is Flex really $200 better than Liquid Elements cordless?
Not this DA. I'm not gonna lie to you. This DA.
Hold on. Let's see it again.
This monster is insane. What I like about it is the backing plate doesn't bog down. You can put all your weight on it and it'll still spin. It's real. Look, that's all the way up. It's real smooth,
real smooth and quiet.
Real quiet. And this beautiful machine, right? Beautiful looking machine. And the cool thing about this is it uses Makita batteries, so you can walk into Home Depot, grab yourself a few Makita batteries, and be good to go. So
I do agree with David. The PXC is a special.
Yeah, PXC. After the guy taught me how to use it, is something real special.
Yeah, bro, you gotta Swayze that mug, all right?
I think what was so special about the Pixie, when it came out a few years ago at SEMA, is like it was that good, and people knew it was that good.
Yeah, 5 years later, it's still that good.
Test of time, like as a really great 3-inch polisher.
Yep.
Scott's a fan of the look, Eddie.
Yeah, really. At first, when he called me to his booth, I went there thinking this is going to be another shitty polisher or crappy polisher, and I was like, he looked at me and literally gave me 2 minutes to try the machine, and the only thing you heard come out that man's mouth was, "Is it touched by God?" He started screaming it.
Their passion is unreal. Like, wait till we get them on a podcast.
Mm-hmm. They're Germans, right?
Yeah. I guess.
What do you say about the polisher?
They sound German.
Jamie, they said that we'll call it Thor's hammer.
They call it, look right here.
When's the any ETA when it drops coming to Thor?
No ETA right now, no.
No, we're in the middle of negotiating carrying their stuff.
It'll be
Eddie, what did you think of the DIY polisher when you got a chance to play with it?
At first I thought it was a gimmick. I was like, this looks so stupid. And when he handed it to me, I was like,
he ain't lying either. He told me
this is the dumbest looking polisher I've ever seen in my life.
He's like, Ivan's doing something weird.
I said, Ivan's over here honey dick in the industry again. All of a sudden he put that mug in my hand and I was sitting here like, you know what, Ivan? You are a beautiful mind. I started playing with it. The rotary. Yeah. The rotary is like, I'm a rotary guy. So believe it or not, I cut with a rotary guy, Jamie. I'd rather cut with a rotary than do anything else. So the rotary was something special.
Yeah. I'm excited
was-
for, like I said,
was
like say
special.
what you want about Ivan, like he is a beautiful mind, man. Like the way he thinks
Dude,
about
he is.
detailing
I feel like he's writing math equations on the glass. And
Yeah.
he sees people that he don't really see, and he's having these conversations.
yeah.
For him to create that out of his basement garage truck bus,
yeah.
freaking insane. Like
Yeah.
it looked like this, but it literally looked like 12 shades of yellow, right? It looked like 12 shades of yellow, and the battery, he had to create his own battery vessel. Like for him to come out with an idea on how to make it real balanced, and the handle is cut off, so you can put your handle, and it's just, man, it's real, it's wild.
Yeah, and like I said, watching him rebuild, that shine mate that we broke in half. Watching him rebuild that, it's like, he actually knows what he's talking about here.
Yeah,
What's up, Sheepstar?
Like he puts the wires in the right spot. Knows how to put them. Plastic molding. I'm like,
bro, I gotta tell you the best purchase I made. We still talking detailing, or can we take it an aside?
I think in an hour and 40 minutes, it's whatever y'all want to talk about. If you like the idea of Super Bowl Sunday, and your community can be digital as well as in person, maybe you're just feeling a little alone tonight, and you just want to watch the game with us. We're just hanging out at this point.
Check this out, bro. I collect sneakers. I collect sneakers, right?
Oh yeah, you got some hitters.
Yeah, I collect sneakers. I have like 7 pairs of Jordan, 8 pairs of Jordan. So I got these, right? These.
All right, hold on. We're changing the view for Eddie.
So
Tell
I
me
got
about these.
All right, these are just Jordan 1s. Anyway, they're anything. Look, these are my favorite sneakers I ever bought in my whole life, dog.
Dang.
What are those?
Bro, these just came out. They're the Ninja Turtles Mellows. Bro, these are my favorite sneakers I have ever owned in my life.
Are you gonna wear them?
Where'd you?
Yeah, bro, they're better than the Yeezys I have. Like I got some Yeezys here. They're better than my these. I felt like I was like, I put them on. I was like, dang, bro, I'm a kid again.
I don't understand shoes.
Look,
it feels good.
Guy in the middle, bro. I was like, I'm a kid again, bro. I was sitting here, and you got 2 pairs, right? You get Donatello and Raphael. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking around looking like a Skittle.
Let's see the other one.
All right, let me get it.
WTF is that? Like, what goes with green and purple? That's what I want to know. Like, more green and purple?
Thor colors.
What? Those are your shoes.
That's the
bro. I'm rocking these sneaks.
40-year-old.
What are those,
bro? Full send.
Dang, those are so green.
So they just came out. These are the Mellows.
Are they comfortable? Like what's?
Oh yeah, bro, they're nice. Like at first I was like, nah, bro, these are stupid.
So like expensive shoes like that, they're not just for looks. They also are comfortable, right?
I don't know how much I paid for these, but I saw them at the window. I'm like, I gotta buy them.
They gotta be. I mean, look.
Look at that, bro.
They're Ninja Turtle shoes. They got.
Bro, look at this. Look at this. You got
the.
I wear these. I feel like I'm 8 again. I feel like nothing matters.
No,
yeah, that's like an 8-year-old shoe for sure.
Those shoes are.
That's 8-year-old energy.
Yeah, bro, it's got me feeling good about myself.
That's good.
Because they're loud.
Yeah, for real.
Bro. They're loud.
That's the thing. Like, no matter what's going on in life, if you have a fly pair of shoes, and the fact that I just use fly probably means I'm not fly, but a nice pair of shoes can make anyone feel good, you know? At any time. You got SEMA flu, you got COVID from MTE, whatever.
Yeah,
I
don't think Ivan can pull them off, though, Bill.
Ivan can pull anything off.
Ivan makes it work.
Ivan's a trendsetter, right?
Y'all think I should get some red shoes? Because Ivan always
rocks these, though, bro. You show up to the DIY making a video, this should either piss Ivan off or he'll thank you for it. Look at these.
He would look at me and be like, "What are those?" I tried wearing shorts in the video. He's like, "You need to change." I was like, "It's hot air in here." He's like, "Those are not professional." Like, so Ivan has his opinions. He usually wins.
That's funny.
So I don't know if I can pull my shoes off.
What if we made some wild Thor colors, Ninja Turtle Thor colors?
Bro, I want to get this in Thor color. It won't be this. This hits different, bro. When you walk down the streets in this mug, it hits different, right?
Like you walk out of when you get. I'll bet you when Eddie Cologne gets out of the Tesla wearing those, people are like, he must be in tech. What does he do?
You know what?
Let's get that tech money.
Being in tech sometimes.
What's that?
I miss being in tech sometimes. Well, I do all the tech stuff with Thor, so it's different. But
how are you? Oh yeah, red Jordans. I like that, Becca. I actually have a pair of red Jordans. Maybe the problem is like if you get a nice pair of shoes and then you film in the studio for a week, they are not nice anymore. They get dirty, right? Like
yeah.
Yeah, so I got these because of the Nemesis. You know what I'm saying? Every time I
Oh, that's funny.
Bro,
No,
this sneaker's fire.
Tone to Win says purple Nemesis sponge and green Loki
Thank
sponge.
you. See, everyone gets the Loki Nemesis thing.
Wait, the Tesla's gone? Like, how well do I know you, Eddie?
Yeah,
Tesla's gone, bro.
How long has it been gone for? What does that say about me? That I didn't know.
We had our first breakdown, and we had it for 3 years. We had our first breakdown. The air conditioner broke, so we had to drive 2.5 hours to get it fixed. At that moment, I was like, "F this."
Oh, that's too much work. You had to go to Salt Lake?
Yeah, I had to drive to Salt Lake. Mahomes just got spanked. I hear my wife yelling. The only time she yells is when
did they recover? Who recovered the ball?
I don't
know. Did
the
Eagles recover it? I have the Eagles defense too. Yes, a strip sack or no, a fumble recovery.
They got fumble recovery,
and they had a pick six where they returned it for a touchdown.
Dude.
I don't know.
Philly defense. Wait, there's a flag now. You're not allowed to touch Patrick Mahomes. That first call where they called offensive pass interference against AJ Brown, I was like, either this decides it for the Chiefs or the Eagles are going to win regardless of this. And,
Nick, you play sports in high school?
I played I was playing tennis and running cross country. Like, I was not playing like manly sports, but I like talking about fantasy football.
Cross country is crazy. Like, that's hard.
Dude,
yeah, those are Pumas. Those are Pumas.
Got to get some DIY interior protect on those shoes. Good call, Matt.
Nah, no thanks. Nah, nah.
Nah.
No, I don't. Listen.
Nah. All right,
no.
we're in the.
No, these aren't real leather, bro. You can't be putting interior protect on these, dog.
Yeah, you can.
Take him off. Look, take him off.
Take him off. Take him off. Put him on someone else.
Hey, I gotta keep them natural, bro. I keep them clean, no crease.
Yeah, I appreciate that about you. What about leather coat? You guys got a leather coat?
Yeah, we do. I won't put it on there anyway. I'm gonna PPF that mug. I'm gonna put some satin PPF to on the green.
Yeah.
How many yards does Saquon Barkley have? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not really watching the Super Bowl tonight, which I'm kind of sad about, but it is fun.
All right. I just came on to tell you guys good. I know we were supposed. He had this whole idea of us getting on and doing what we did for the Mike Tyson fight.
I tried to get a whole watch party together.
People that would come on are Eagle fans. Like I'm hearing my wife out there screaming.
They're like, you can't be on a podcast watching this.
Yeah, they would be going wild, like not be able to hear and watch
and
cheer.
That's the fun of it. I'm asking dumb questions, It's a good time.
Yeah, listen, Jason O. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Nick, tell him they have every single color. So if you buy the blue ones, you get Michelangelo. You buy the purple ones, you get Raphael. They pair them up.
Watch party would have been a flop.
Wait, so do I need to order these for the next time? I'm going to Omaha next month.
They come like this. This is one pair of sneakers, right?
Oh, that's one pair?
Yeah, dog. You got to rock both.
What does it actually feel like to wear those in public?
I will. 100%, dude.
No, but what does it feel like?
Feels like my money's different. Feels like this guy's a pro. What's he doing wearing colorful shoes?
Wait.
Mike
G says a watch party would have been a flop. I don't think so.
Yeah, it'd been a flop.
Mike G's right. It would have been a huge flop.
It would have been a flop.
Yep.
Big flop.
All right, should we call it, guys?
Tiles. Huh?
Should we call it? You want to keep it going?
I'm going downstairs. I love you guys.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Wrap this up.
Let's give something else away.
Let's give something else away.
I don't give away Polisher.
Look, let's give away
2
some Loki.
gallons of Loki.
Look at that. Dude, bro, what a sneaker.
Hey, Chelsea, have a great night.
Can't breathe.
Love you all, says Scott. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by on Nick at Night. We're gonna stack up some amazing guests coming up, but I'm glad I got a chance to pick Eddie's brain.
Wait, have you tried Iconic yet, Nick?
I haven't tried it yet. No,
bro. It's just what I hate the most. I wish we'd have just dropped that for Detail Co.
For Detail Co.
Earlier,
just stole the formula.
Dropped it.
Do you love it,
bro?
He loves it.
It's insane.
He's already looking at Nemesis like.
I already have the chemistry.
We gotta do something.
So can we make it not a limited run and just make?
I mean, here's the thing, right?
It's got to be a different.
I got to put Nick. The only thing that Jamie said was it's good. This is how Jamie tests stuff. This is why I have to test it. Unless it's a soap, he doesn't test it. He goes, okay, it's good.
It's good.
I'm like, okay. We had a clear formula, so I got to pick the scent and the color, and then I got to test it and add some things that I wanted to add. So
I'm telling you, there was a form of Nemesis that was untouchable, but it had too much polymer in it, and he was trying to chase nothing leave behind.
Okay,
And I was like, this is it.
Dude,
This is it.
this Nemesis that had, I'm bringing that one back. So we had a Nemesis that was
Yeah,
so
you're
wide.
worried about too much about leaving stuff behind.
I wanted it to be something different.
Pure cleaner.
Like a pure cleaner. But what I figured is, if we have low key, let's just unleash the Nemesis. But iconic is it's in the league of it's different.
I love to hear that. I wonder, yeah, because I loved that older shape of the sponge that I haven't had too. So we've been getting a lot of people saying they got iconic and they're loving it so far, and but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. So
I got V2 of Nemesis here. That was the V1 of Nemesis that Jamie even said. This is why I regret too. My biggest regret in Detail Co was not listening to him when he said some things about like the rinse list. I regret going with him on this. Because I said we should do a different color. So, but I do regret not listening to him about the rinse list, because we had a rinse.
It takes so long to get a different color though.
What happens if you two disagree on something?
We usually we never argue. When we argue, we make fun of each other and then we eat pizza. But we usually we'll talk about it. We'll say that's the dumbest thing. He'll tell me, if I tell him something real simple, like that's so dumb, I can't believe you even do that. Why? He'll ask the question why, and then we just talk about it. So, and then he'll say, oh, okay, that's a good idea, or I'll say that's a good idea, or we'll disagree, and then we'll move on. But we never bring on a brand that we both don't agree to bring on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So V2 it's still Eddie's version, but it was a version that he was like, hey, 2-inch polymer, blah blah blah. We got nothing on the panel, no slickness, nothing like that.
It was wild.
So it was like the wedding. I don't know. It was amazing.
And I should have listened to him, because he said this is like a month and a half before we were going to launch. He's like, go with this one. I was like, nah. I said, we got to push the envelope. We got to be different. I don't want to be like everyone else. Let's clean.
Iconic definitely reminds me of that version of it.
That first one, Iconic, was the first version of that.
How are you doing on stock with Iconic? You still got some stock?
It's flying off the shelf, bro. Like,
well, I'm saying,
there's still a good little chunk. But yeah, I'll get you a bottle, Nick. I'll send you a bottle, Nick. How about we give away a bottle?
That'd be good. I got a question.
Iconic sponge.
Okay, what are we giving away? Let's make it real clear.
We're getting Iconic. We're going to give the bundle away. The Iconic sponge and the Iconic rinse list. But here's a question I'm gonna ask. What was the first towel that Jamie created? The first one he ever signed off on. First towel he signed off on.
First towel. Oh yes, Iconic time. Wasn't the Mr. Twister.
Nope.
Wasn't the Diva rinseless. No, those came definitely later. Ooh, Diva, getting close. Not it though. Goat.
Jobber?
It's the goat. Whoever said goat first is the goat.
Yep. He didn't like the first pile. He hated it. He was like, what is this crap?
The ghost.
Dude, did it X6M?
Yeah.
Carlson, you got a U.S. address? Because we don't ship to Canada, dog.
Yeah, he does, right?
You get some frequent flyers on the podcast, huh?
Oh, yeah. I got you, Ghost. I'll get you that
Iconic.
It's
so strong and engaged.
Look, yeah, he does.
It's awesome.
All right, email me at jamie@houserex, so don't forget. All right, so we gave away a polisher.
I think this podcast... Oh, go ahead.
We gave away 2 Lokis. We gave away some Iconic. Y'all don't forget to email me, because I will forget, because I'm about to take some NyQuil and be out.
All right, you enjoy your night. Fly, Eagles, fly, right, Eddie?
Oh, these sneakers are fire. I'm going to go downstairs. See you guys. Love you.
All right, and love all of you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Obviously, that's a free way to support House of Rags for all that they've done for the detail community. And we appreciate you tuning in to Nick at Night.
Bye.
Bye.